on? What is going on? QC guys, welcome to the family. I am absolutely humbled and grateful to be here with you all. My name is Mike Navarrete, German 10, educator for the platform in English and Spanish. I'm here to help you guys with literally anything you need. And I'm so excited for you to kind of get started on this journey, just because going back to 2016, I remember what it's like, something so new, so fresh, so exciting. And there's just so much growth that comes alongside with this. As a trader, right, just all the internal growth, being able to make an impact in your city, in the culture, in the world. So guys, I'm absolutely excited for you all to really get to dive in to the beginning of something great and to just such a huge transformation. So with that being said, I'm humbled and I have the pleasure to bringing up someone really, really, really special. This is the absolute catalyst for me, someone who at myself that really, really understand what I have here, what we could do, how to utilize the resources, someone that allowed me to understand that I could contribute to people who put the right resources in front of me, who anytime I had a question, and I had a million questions, this is the person that was really, really there for me to guide me, to plug me in with the right people, how to really put the process in front of me and understanding that the results, those are always going to be delayed. And with that being said, now someone who's impacted, on a personal level, over 700 people, and really just a huge shift in just the way everything is running in the company, and someone with just a massive, massive, massive vision, someone that has allowed me to stay organized for the first time in my life, to be able to prioritize the right things. And I'm so absolutely excited for you guys to meet him, because this will allow you to truly launch your business as a trader and as a person of impact. So with that being said, guys, please, please, please make sure you're taking notes, because the information that's going to be said here is what's going to set you up in order for you to receive the right information, in order for you to receive the right results over time. So guys, please take notes and, be attentive. Tim, brother, please take it away.
Awesome. There we go. Unmuted myself. Guys, Mike, thank you for all those nice words. Whether you're watching this live right now or you're watching it recorded, we're going to be putting this up on YouTube. We'll be putting it up on the launch document. You're going through this video right now, like I said, live or recorded, to really understand how to start, how to game plan maybe the next 30, 60, 90 days, or really how to start on the right foot. And I think when you align yourself with the right people, individuals like Mike, Mike is someone who, he said a little bit, but he's the only dual language educator in the whole entire company, right? At one point, he was top 5 in the world on TradingView, which is the most used currency analysis website, right? He's been on TV in Colombia and in Spain, scheduled to do many other countries throughout Latin America. He's one of the most well-respected leaders in the organization. And when you can align yourself with someone like that, you can do amazing things. And so, like I said, whether you're watching this live right now, you're watching recorded, I really hope that this sets you up for success. My name's Tim Sloan. I'm a chairman 10 in the organization. I'm currently moving, so I'm not at my desk. I'm not in my normal office. But maybe the next video you see of me, I will actually be sitting down somewhere a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more professional. But we're here now. We're making it happen. And regardless, I'm super excited about it. So a little bit about myself. I'm 25 years old. I've been day trading now since early 2016. My first year wasn't very successful. I found I Am Mastery Academy towards the end of that year and really went all in. I grew up, I wouldn't say with a golden spoon, but with a golden road to follow. My family owns an extremely successful accounting firm. My whole entire life, I was in that firm pretty much from the age of 14 to 21, summers, winters, internships, just learning how money works, learning how the cash flow quadrant works. I knew from a young age how to respect money and how to leverage, how to create businesses and how to invest. And so when I saw this, you would think I would say I was extremely excited. It was actually the opposite. When I saw this, I thought it was too good to be true. Right? Because in my mind, I was like, no, that can't be possible. The market cannot be 6+ trillion. There's no way it can be open 24/5. There's no way you can make that much money off your phone, right? And I was just blown away by the opportunity that was put in front of me. And so I went all in when I saw this. Literally went all in. I stopped going out, stopped hanging with a certain group of people. I separated myself from certain activities that weren't going to allow me to achieve my goals. And in May of 2017, I walked away from the firm, walked away from the jobs that I held at the university, you know, at the gym or working for the dean and working for student government, different things like that. I walked away from those positions. And so April 1st, you know, we're about a month away from my 3-year anniversary of being a full-time entrepreneur. And so really what you do with this opportunity, with this business plan, with this skill set can take you anywhere you want to go. And I think the number one thing to realize here is to understand that this is a vehicle. And it's a vehicle that's going to bring you to your passion in the fastest manner possible if you treat it like that. If you get in the vehicle every single day and you drive exactly where you want to go, you're going to get there. And I think something to understand and that's really important is keeping your vision, understanding why you got started with this. Your why will help you. You know, my mom has been pretty sick, hasn't had the best cards dealt to her. And I got started with this as a way to be able to invest into her businesses, to be able to eventually retire her. We have a date set for August of 2021, right? So for me, my why, what got me up every single day to work, to grind, even when I didn't want to, right, caused me to take action and get it done. Now I've been able to travel to over 15 different countries. I currently have hundreds of people around the world that I work with. I'm a little bit over a dozen countries of business, you know, and it's just, I've been able to invest in other companies, start other businesses, sell other businesses, do some amazing things because of this skill set, because of this opportunity. And so really keep your why strong, put it on a note card, put it on the wall, put it as a reminder on your phone, find an accountability partner, whatever it may be. You really, really need to focus on it at all points throughout the day. And you have to know where you're going, right? Vision is like a GPS. And I think that's something super important that I'm going to talk about when we get into the document, breaking down what does the next steps look like. But vision is like a GPS. The moment you take your phone, you plug in the address you want to go to, right? Say, you're going to the gym or something like that, and you go to that gym every single day. Now, you know it may take you 8 minutes and 3.5 miles to get to that gym. But when it's snowing, it's raining, there's traffic, there's things going around that you can't control, right? It begins to, number one, take away your vision. And number two, distract you from the course that you're used to following. And so if you allow yourself to be distracted by things that you can't control, it's going to take you longer to get to that destination, right? So make sure you keep the vision of why you're doing this and focus on this for the long term. Remember, it's not a get rich quick. It's a get rich for sure if you put the work in. Right? I've been able to generate a 6-figure residual income. I've been able to, use that money and put it in other places and have it work for me. I've been able to do a lot of amazing things. And it's because I kept the vision even when things got tough. And so enough chatting, enough talking, right? I really want to break down for you guys over maybe the next 30 minutes or so on what to do. And I'm going to go really fast because it's really self-explanatory. There's some things I want to talk about that I believe are extremely important. But I just want to go over our launch document because this document is something that, number one, you should have already received. And number two, something that even, and this is funny, and don't take it like the person's really like this, but even if the person that got you started in this business was as dumb as a rock, they had no clue what the heck they were doing, right? You would be able to follow this to a T and be able to see the results that you want. You just have to put the work in. Remember, the market is always moving. It works. The business is always growing. It works. You have to question yourself. Are you moving and are you working? So I'm going to go ahead, share my screen here. We're going to go dive right into this. This launch document is something that will be sent directly to you by your personal enrollment sponsor. And once again, I just want to say welcome back, or welcome, right, to I Am Mastery Academy as a quantum creator, guys. As QC, as being a part of the Trade House, we really do believe that you have absolute control of your reality. The goals that you set, the things that you believe in, the things that you desire are achievable because of the people that you're surrounding yourself with and the direction and the steps that you're taking. And so, we talked about vision. We talked about, a little bit of what legacy you want to leave, but express that to the person that got you started. Really sit down and say, hey, this is why I'm doing this. This is how I like to be held accountable. And I want you to be there with me because I'm ready to go all in and take this to the next level. And one thing that I really believe that changes everything is when you can shift your mindset, because this may be your first time you're hearing from me, right? And I don't think any human being initially, right, is able to change the way someone acts or change someone's habits, right? I can't change your actions, but what I can do over the next 30 minutes is begin to shift your mindset. And if I can shift your mindset, what can I do? I can start shifting your actions. And so Bob Proctor actually partnered with our company. It's a massive reason behind the name I Am Mastery Academy. He's in the current process of creating a program called I Mindset. He's going to talk about, goal setting, manifestation, law of attraction, different things like that, and be doing weekly trainings with our company. And I think that's one of the most powerful things in the world. After that, you're going to be able to follow the Zoom link. I will have the recording right after we're done with this, or if you're watching the recording, it's already done, obviously. But this video is going to break down everything. And so make sure that you have your notebook out, you're taking this seriously, because you're going to be going through this first before you have your one-on-one. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. And so we're going to dive right into this. Like I said, we're going to go quick because I expect the person that got you started to be helping you, but we're going to dive right in. So the downloads, the things that you need to do first right away. MetaTrader 4, this is your trading application. This is where you press the red and you press the blue buttons, buy and sell. This is how you make money, right? This application right here is what you need to connect to your broker in order to profit into the market. The I Am Academy app or Pip Talk, this is where you're going to be able to receive corporate announcements, whether it's about a software that you're using or a strategy that you're using, or for the just IBO informed, whatever it may be. Phenomenal app that you're able to take advantage of. And then Go Live app. Self-explanatory, right? This is something where if you're in the car, sitting passenger, right, or you're at work on break, or you're in between classes, you don't have your laptop on you, open up the app, watch Go Live, receive some mentorship, and take advantage of that. And so now you got Telegram Messenger. This is how we operate. This is how we communicate. This is how information is shared with everyone that's in the organization. So Telegram's very simple. You can download it on your laptop, your tablet, your phone, Android or iPhone, it doesn't matter. Just go to Telegram, download it. It has a little paper airplane symbol as it's like a picture. You're good to go. And I'm going to break down each and every single Telegram. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on this Google Drive right here. It's going to open up, and it's going to be extremely self-explanatory. Step 1, download the app. Step 2, join the corporate official Telegram. Step 3, join the community chat, the announcement chat, and the trading chat. Now, if you are in any of these locations, if you're in Illinois or Chicago, you're in Wisconsin, whether it's Milwaukee or Madison or anywhere in there, you're in the East Coast, you're in Miami, or you're maybe New York or Connecticut, New Jersey, or the West Coast, you're in Denver, or you're in LA or San Diego. These are specific chats that you can take advantage of where people talk about events, they talk about meetups, they talk about local trainings. Let's say that you're currently living in Chicago like myself, and you have a friend that lives in New York, right? And you want to be able to help that friend, but obviously you live hundreds of miles away from each other. What you can do is plug them in with someone that's already a part of QC, so they can go to the events. They can become a part of the atmosphere, because this is something that's super important. The 3 A's, right? Write this down. Once you understand this, really, you're good. You're really, really good. You'll start doing some crazy things, right? The 3 A's: atmosphere, attitude, action. Once you place yourself in the right atmosphere, you begin to have the right attitude, which thus makes you begin taking the right actions. That gives you the results that you want. And so when you can put someone in a local chat and you can get them to a local meetup, what's going to happen? Their attitude is going to shift, right? They're not going to feel alone. They're going to be around people that they can work with. When they're around people they can work with, they begin to feel good. They begin to become excited. They begin to see the vision. Therefore, they begin to start taking the action. So go ahead, download these Telegrams. These are for QC family members. This is something that, there's hundreds of people in these chats. One thing I will tell you, I'll go ahead and open it up here. The QC chat is a little bit crazy, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing that it's crazy, because these are reminder messages to you that people are working and that you have to work towards your dreams. You have to work towards getting what you want to get accomplished. And so hop in here, talk, get to know everybody. Everyone's pretty crazy. Take advantage of it. Obviously, we have the QC Snipes chat. This is something where people are literally talking about trading all day long, trading New York session together, trading Asian session together, trading London session together. We also have QC announcements. Please make sure you're a part of this. This will be everything that's happening, whether it's corporate webinars, it's trading webinars, it's team webinars, anything like that. Hop in here to be able to take advantage of that. There will be an updated chat soon for trade ideas. So this is the first public announcement of that. By now watching the video, it's probably already made. But what we've done is hand selected individuals where they're going to be sending trade signals or ideas to your phone, and you can make the decision on whether or not you want to take that trade and profit with the team. And so it's something that's super cool as you're actually able to go through the education, right? You could put a couple $100s in an account or a couple thousand, just whoever you are, it doesn't matter, right? And begin to start making money with the team. And I think that's something that's extremely powerful. Then you have the next steps. This is really the next like 2 weeks, right? Most people finish this right here up to this part, up to this part in about 7 to 14 days. I think if you do this in 2 weeks, you took it seriously. If you did it in a couple days, you probably went too fast. If you did it in a week, you really, really went all in. And so what this is just the education, right? Whether you're someone that just wants to be a customer, you want to be a customer and you want to go 2 and free, or you want to be a customer, right, a trader, and you want to see, and you see the vision, you want to go and begin to earn residual income, you still need to go through the education. That is something that is so, so, so important. Let me tell you why. Because if you're going to build this business, you have to understand the business. You have to understand the skill set. You have to be able to answer questions. Now, I didn't say you have to be a professional. I didn't say you have to be an expert. I didn't say you have to be a millionaire. You can be Chairman 10 and not be a millionaire in trading, right? But if you understand and you can serve and help people, that's going to make you such a better leader for someone. So we'll talk about the 3 different types of people in a second, but let me tell even deeper why that's important. And this is something that I'm going to talk about later. I'm just jumping into it because it came to my mind. It's called, write this down, belief, confidence, influence. When you begin to believe in something, it increases your level of confidence, which thus allows you to begin to influence people. So most people, when they get started in this business, they see it and they look at the compensation plan, right? They look at what I call the blueprint, and they say, oh, I want to be P1000 because if I have $1,000 coming in a month, that means, I can go part-time at my job, or, I can start using that money to invest, whatever it may be, right? But what I want to tell you is you can be excited. Please be excited, right? But imagine if you saw the education, it increased your level of belief. You then became confident, truly confident in what you're doing. How do you think your influence would be in conversations with other people about the activity you're taking, the skill set you're learning, and the reason why you want them to do it too? The education is important. So go ahead and start with level 100, right? Go to my im.center. It's very simple. im.center is the website. It's actually saved, and I'll show you guys that in a second. Actually, I'll show it right now. Down here, if you look at important links, everything's saved, right? So access to the back office. So if you need to add a product or change how you want to pay for your account, whatever it may be, it doesn't matter. Check out the leaderboards, whatever it is. IM Center is your academies. The Trade House Sniper course, I'll talk about in a little bit. Go Live is obviously our mentorship. Trading Views, where we do our chart analysis. Forex Factory is how you access the news. The position size calculator is what's going to allow you to actually understand, okay, how much can I risk in whatever? How much can I risk? How much am I going to lose? What pair am I trading? How many pips? Different things like that. I may go over that on this call, but you'll begin to learn that as you go through the process. And so, you're going to go to im.center, and this is really where you're going to be able to find everything. This is your homepage. You can click on your completions. Your completions is just going to show you everything that you've done in the past couple of days, the past month, past year, whatever it may be. You have access to your academies, access to Pip Talk. So if you want to begin to start receiving notifications on your laptop, or you want to stay informed, or you want information on Gold Cup or Bounce Back, go ahead, jump on here, click view. You'll be able to start receiving some of those messages. Obviously, I'm on Mike's account, so I'm able to enter a message. You won't be able to do that. Access to different strategies. So let's say that you're someone that bought the elite package, right? You purchased the elite package. You're like, I want to learn everything. So you have Forex education, binary education, cryptocurrency education. Soon enough, you'll have the ECX education in September, which is the digital e-commerce. But let's say you got Forex Academy, right? And you just got the platinum package, but you want to add a strategy. You want to jump on bounce back because that's what everyone's doing. This is really cool because this is going to show you what kind of trading style it is, who the educators are, how many hours a week they're trading, why is the strategy unique. You know, my favorite products personally are Bounce Back and Steady. They're very, very similar in regards to how many trades they're taking a week, the trading style, different things like that. Obviously, I love Gold Cup. I love the scanner as well. I love so many different things, you know, on the cryptocurrency. You got Swipe Coin and the Swipe Coin Scalper. Really go in here and begin to understand how the products work. Take some time and actually invest into learning how the back office operates, because this is your home, right? This is where you're able to come in here and really just make it your own. This is your back office. This is your credentials. And so learn how the back office works, really takes time with it. And if you go ahead and click on academies, there's actually something really cool in here for Academy resources. So if you click on this, there's getting started guides, there's handbooks that you're able to download. You got the different presentations and all the different languages that we educate in. The handbooks have things about becoming a member, you know, the differences in the strategies when you're getting started, what it means to, you know, what education should you go through, you know, understanding go live, understanding the strategies and different things like that. But I'm going to focus mainly just on FRX Academy, make your life nice and simple. And so, like I said, if you see here, it tells you, number one, you're going to enroll into the class, and then you're going to complete the first 5 hours of the education, 100, 200. After that, you're going to begin to go through the blueprint. And what we've done here is we created a 50-minute video. You click on the blueprint, click on this link, it's going to open up, and we're going to teach you how to really focus on trading for the next 12 months. Guys, this isn't a 3-month plan. This isn't a 1-month plan. You need to be committed for 12 months. Let me show you why. Let me show you why. Let's say that you just started with $200 in your account. That's it. You're not putting any weekly deposits in. You're just risking 2% per trade, looking for 6% return every single time, trading 1 to 3. At the end of 52 weeks, you're going to be at $4,200, making about $250 a week. Now, that's an extra $1,000 a month. It's good, but it's not crazy. When you go through that training, you're going to begin to see what happens when you go 2 and free. What happens when you have residual income? What happens when you take trading seriously, treat it like a profession, and look at this for the long term? So let's say you go customer 2 and free. You have $40 a week now that you were already going to spend on the company. Why not invest into yourself? Remember, when you weren't investing anything, you were just making $250 a week at the end of the year. What happens at the end of the year with $40 a week invested? You go from $4,200 in your account to $18.4 thousand, and from $250 a week to over $1,100 a week, $4,400 a month. Most people have been working for 5, 8, 10, 15 years, and they're not even making $3,000 a month. If you take this seriously for 1 year, I'm not guaranteeing that you're going to be perfect every single week. But what I am saying is if you take this seriously for 1 year, you will be in a much different position than you currently are today while watching this video. So you're going to go through that blueprint, phenomenal training. Mike breaks it down amazingly, and it's really going to make sense. After that, you're going to open up a broker. There's a video here. KOT4X is a broker that we just personally use. It allows you to leverage trade, indices, commodities, Forex, cryptos. It's just a great broker. Withdrawal speed is super fast. We trust them. If you're trading with 5 figures, I would check out Awanda, more US-based brokers. If you have any questions on brokers, please just message in the QC chat. People would be willing to help you. Here's a setup video. Obviously, start at 40, end at 610. This is how you send Bitcoin to your broker. It's a Bitcoin broker. So you have to, you can use Cash App, Coinbase, BitterX, whatever you want to use. Take advantage of that. Then you're going to go through the Trade House Academy. And the Trade House Academy, obviously, click on the link. This is super easy, 12 hours long, 3 phases, breaking down smart money concepts all the way from market psychology to, accumulation and distribution, to understanding what institutional candlesticks are, to really just understanding how the market moves, right? We have to understand that over 90% of day traders lose. Why? It's because the majority of them are learning retail concepts. A majority of learning them the same information, reading the same books, taking the same courses. But the top 10 traders in the world are banks. right? So if you're not learning how the banks are trading, you're not putting yourself in a position to win. So you're going to go through that course. Remember, the first 5 hours of IM Basics 100 and 200, 12 hours of the Trade House course is about 17 hours. You should have that done in 2 weeks, right? You should have that done. After that, you're going to go to Go Live. This is where you're going to be able to access all the education. You can pick and choose from any language. If you speak Italian, Dutch, Greek, German, English, it doesn't matter. This is where you're going to have access to your education in Forex, binaries, cryptos, or e-commerce, the difference between basics, all the difference between all the different, strategies that we have. I really recommend purchasing Bounce Back and Steady. These are just, you can access that going to im.academy, going to shopping cart. They're $22.95 each. If you have a couple $100 in your, in your trading account, you should be making your money back. If not, you're just not showing up. Like, really, that's honestly the God-given truth. Plug into these products, take advantage of them. And I think the number one thing here is clicking on this link, saving the photo that's on here, and also plugging in this Go Live TV schedule into your notes. Take this information, plug it into your notes, put alarms on your phone, find out what channels work best for you. If you're someone that's able to trade in the morning, I'm someone that trades Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 8 to about 10:30, and that's it, right? Sometimes I'll watch Zach and Jordan for Power Hour in the afternoon, but I only trade New York session Tuesday through Thursday. That's all I have to do because I'm plugged in and I'm able to see the results that I want plugging into the system. So make sure you save this to your notes, put it on a piece of paper on your wall, put it as a background on your computer. I don't care, whatever you need to do, take advantage of that. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the education side. Now, I think something that's super important is to begin to go and experience personal development. Personal development is one of the most important things in the world. Jim Rohn says, if I give you $1 million right now, you better learn how to become a millionaire, right? You must become something first before you can truly have what you desire. And so if you're someone on this call saying, I want to become a 6-figure trader, I want to become a chairman, I want to become a full-time entrepreneur, you have to become, right? David Amitié says, I saw before I was, right? I saw before I was. You have to flip those words. He had to see himself successful before he was successful, right? Was before he was it, before he saw it, right? He knew that he was chairman, right? Before he saw chairman in his back office. He knew he was going to have a 8-figure portfolio, right? Before he saw the 8-figure portfolio. And so no matter how you look at that statement, no matter what way you want to flip it, you have to grow, right? And so this is just some beginner personal development. How to Take Charge of Your Life by Jim Rohn is one of my personal favorite beginner videos. It's 2 hours long. Guys, these videos, listen to them while you're in the car. Spend 30 minutes a day, maybe taking notes on them, 15 minutes a day. Just get started with them. They're so, so, so important. While you're in the gym, listen. While you're eating dinner, if you're by yourself, listen. Begin to change and program your mind, brainwash, right? Really wash your brain with information. Information is one of the most powerful things in the world. If you look at information, it's actually 3 words: information. Ation being the action word, right? So what you put in forms your thoughts, thus creates your actions. So if you're always listening to, music about violence and, just dumb things, or if you're always listening to people who don't have what you want, you're going to end up buying their lifestyle, right? What you listen to, what you're reading, what you're watching, that's why they call it a television program, a TV program, because they're programming you. So you have to rewire and reprogram yourself with information that's going to get you there. So How to Take Charge of Your Life. It's one of the best introductions to personal development I ever can give someone. Business of the 21st Century. This is just a 30-minute snippet of why this industry is one of the most powerful in the world. Christopher Terry, our CEO, is an absolute genius. He took an investment market that's doing $6.6 trillion a day, a corner of the cash flow quadrant that everyone wants to reach. And then he attached a business model to it, word of mouth marketing, that does over $190 billion a year. This is the best company in the world. Robert Kiyosaki talks about it in this book. And well, it's the audio, right? But in the book, he talks about how every single billion-dollar company is now using this business model. How did you download Cash App, Uber, Lyft? Anything really, like Robinhood? right? Every single company that's growing at massive rates is doing it because they're allowing people to do the marketing for them. Conceive, Believe, Achieve, 2-hour audio, 2 parts, done by David Amiche. He's the #1 African-American earner in network marketing. He's in our company. Our company actually has 4 of the top 10 and about 10 of the top 100. And we're only at 100,000 people. Think about how crazy that is. Guys, let me put into perspective about the opportunity that you have right now, especially if you're in the United States, really anywhere in the world. Well, let me do this from the perspective of the United States. Harvard Business School did a study on direct sale companies. Now, we're not a direct sale company, but we fit within I would say overall niche, right? They talked about affiliate marketing and all these different things. They were talking about the niche as a whole. They said that if you are in a company that's been around longer than 18 months, we've been around now for 6 years, you have a cutting edge product, there's no one in the world doing what we're doing right now, and the company has under 1.5 million people, you're in a good opportunity. Under 500,000 people, you're in a great opportunity or cutting edge opportunity. Under 100,000, under 150,000 people, you're in a once in a lifetime opportunity. Guys, there's only about 30 to 40,000 people in the United States as of April of 2020 in I Am Mastery Academy. You are a part of a once in a lifetime opportunity. When you begin to become aware of that and you actually, begin to make decisions to take advantage of that, you will be surprised. You will be surprised what your life like will look over the next 5 to 10 years. Jim Rohn says it best. You have to survive this industry for 5 to 10. If you survive this industry for 5 to 10 years, you'll be wealthier than your wildest dreams, right? A lot of people hear that quote and they're like, 5 to 10 years, that's not that bad. I was going to work 40 to 50 anyways, right? It took me about 1.5 years to quit my job. That's a lot better than 40 years. Just saying, I would do that over and over and over again to put myself in this position. But, or they look at wealthier than your wildest dreams, right? That's so sexy. It's so enticing. But the key word in that phrase is survive, right? Because number one, it's not going to be easy. Number two, a lot of people do quit, right? This is why there's always going to be the right side of the quadrant with the business owners and investors and the left side of the quadrants with the employees and the self-employed people. This is why there will always be a divide. So if you learn, begin to receive the right information, begin to plug into the system, you do this for the next 5 to 10 years, maybe you may not be wealthier than your wildest dreams, but I can guarantee you're in a much better position. David Amiche talks a lot about vision and dreams and goals in this 2-part audio. This is something you can listen to every single day and never get bored. Building Your Network Marketing Business by Jim Rohn, a 1-hour video. This has been the most recommended audio to me I've ever received from any of my mentors. I'm mentored by multimillionaires, not only in this company, but organizations and businesses and niches around the world. This audio right here will change your life. Then GoPro. It's the Bible. It's the Bible network marketing. It talks about the professionalism. It talks about doing this with integrity. It talks about, social standard. This book right here is really what allows you to go pro, right? It allows you to become a network marketing professional. And like I said, right, this was a new traders launch. How you get the links for these videos, this link will be sent out to everybody. And so, this is obviously a new trader launch, but the reason why I really want to, I talk a lot about business as well, is because when someone gets started with this, really, there's 3 kinds of people. I'm just being honest. Yeah, I'm going to share my screen here. There's 3 kinds of people. There's the first person, right? They see this company and they just want to become a trader. That's amazing. That was me. My first 4 months, I only traded. There's nothing wrong with that, right? The question I ask you though is, are you willing to risk your current income? Do you have extra income that you're willing to risk into the market? Or do you have, I would say, $7,000 to $10,000 in capital that you can invest, right? I did. My first year, I had plenty of money. I came to this not searching for money. I came to this searching for time, right? I wanted time. I wanted my time back. I was 21 years old, realizing that if I don't find something new, I'm going to be in an office for the rest of my life, freaking miserable. So I ask a lot of people that just want to be traders, do you have capital? Do you have money that you're okay risking, that you're okay losing? If not, you need to find a way, because the best investors in the world They're not worried about their investments because they always have passive income. They always have residual income. They always have businesses working for them. They're not worried about the overhead thought process of, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose this money. And so what I tell people is I say, okay, it's cool being person number one, but really you should look at what else is happening around you. So person number one is someone who just wants to be the trader. You're going to go through that launch document like everyone else. Person number two, you want to trade, and everyone's going to want to trade. All three people, you have to trade. If you're not trading, you're silly. Like, I don't know why you're here. We're making, like, you can, I'm not going to say we're making a bunch of money. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but like, you get the point, right? You want to trade, but you want to go customer two and free because you believe in this. You see that this works. You know other people will take advantage of it, and you want to use that money that you were going to pay every single month and put it back in your pocket, not in the company's pocket, right? That's person number two. Now, person number three is someone who saw this, they saw the vision, and they want to go all in. They want to learn the skill set, and they want to build a massive business. They want to go P600, P1000, P2000. They want to go chairman, right? No matter who you are, I recommend going through the education, receiving that mentorship. But let me show you something that I believe will shift your paradigm. You may have seen this on a recording. You may have already heard of this. But when you can connect the puzzle pieces and actually become aware of how powerful this company is and why, like honestly, why you should begin to put yourself in a position not only to be an investor, but to be a business owner and let those two work together, it's game over, right? So Cash Flow Quadrant, another amazing book. Honestly, I think I need to go put this on the beginner personal development. I'm going to do it. I've decided now. It's called Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. He's the #1 financial literacy author in the world. And you may have heard me speak about this before, but there's a reason why I'm talking about it again. It is that important. I learned this so young. And once I learned this, I knew I would never be stuck over here. And so what he says is that there's 4 ways to produce income. On the left side, you have linear income. On the right side, you have leverage, residual, and passive income. Employees, self-employed, business owners, and investors. So start with the employee. And I'm going to go really, really, really fast here because we've already been chatting now for quite some time. But the employee quadrant, right? The employee quadrant, you have a job. Now, there's nothing wrong with having a job at all. There is literally nothing wrong. If you have to pay the bills, put food on the table, take care of credit card debt, take care of kids. I get it, right? I get it. The issue with having a job is statistically it is not enough. And let me tell you why. Prudential states that 1 in 3 Americans will never retire. The 66% that do, 90% of them will live on some type of government assistance, some type of family assistance. There is such a small percentage of people who actually become financially free after the age of 65. Now, this is what's even crazier, right? In order to retire, and this is why the percentages are so bad, in order to retire, the average millennial will need $2.5 million saved, but the average American doesn't make their first $1 million till they're 150 years old. 2 problems here. 1.5 doesn't equal 2.5, and the average American dies at like 72, right? So now, third problem, retire at 65, die at 72. You worked for 40 years to have 7 years off. You're tripping. You're really tripping, right? So even more numbers. You guys ready for this, right? The average millennial right now is making $22,000 to $27,000 a year. The average college grad is making $35,000. UIC is predicted, the University of Illinois Chicago is predicted to become the first university to cost $100,000 a year. But people are only making $35K outside of school. Now, some make more, some make less. These are the averages. So don't come at me. These are the averages. The average post-grad, someone with a master's, is making $45,000. The average household is making $52,000. After your expenses, after your mortgage, after your cell phone, you got to buy a $1,000 iPhone every year. You got to buy the new Apple Watch. You got to get the new Yeezys, my bad, right? You got to get the newest car. After your expenses, what's saved? The average American doesn't start saving for retirement until they're in the early 40s. The average American, the average household actually has an average of $52,000 a year in debt. Or not $52,000 a year, $52,000 of total debt, and 74% of people don't have a retirement plan. This employee quadrant was not created for you to do well. It was created for you to do work forever till the day that you die, and that is it. So please don't take this as like, I hate jobs. I love jobs. I've owned businesses. I've hired employees. I needed them to make money, right? But I was never going to be one. Then you have the self-employed. This is like the lawyer, the doctor, the chiropractor, the carpenter, the musician, the photographer. They own their job. They're typically 1099. They own their job. But the issue is they still have to invest time to make money. A lawyer's not making money if they're not closing cases. A chiropractor's not making money if they're not cracking backs. A photographer's not making money if they're not shooting photos for people. A masseuse isn't making money if they're not rubbing shoulders. You get the point. And then when you look at something like what's happened with the coronavirus, no one's working. Therefore, no one's making money. Therefore, you're just stuck, right? 95% of people live on this side of the cash flow quadrant, and they fight over 5% of the wealth. Imagine this. This will make you take this more seriously. Imagine this. 95 people, put 95 people in a room and make them fight over $5. 95 people fighting over a $5 bill. That's what's happening in America today, right? 95% of people are fighting over 5% of the world's wealth. Now, on the right side of the quadrant, this is what you're being introduced to. This is the realm that you're jumping into. This is the opportunity that you now have, right? You're coming here to learn how to become an investor. This is the 1% of the world. This is the only quadrant where money makes you money. You saw the chart, $200, 6% a week, $40 compounded. That's 18.5K in 52 weeks. You can't just put $200 in a safe while you go to work, and at the end of the year, there's just $18,000 sitting there. It's not possible. But in the investor quadrant, you have to understand money makes you money. So what do you need? Money, right? Now, the business owner quadrant, you own a system, right? This is the 4% of the world. System stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. I Am Mastery Academy, Quantum Creations, Trade House, we've created a system where people can plug in. They go through the launch. They have the education. They can receive the mentorship. They can start profiting in the market, right? We've hired people to educate. We've hired designers. We've hired ITs. We've hired market strategists. We've hired accountants. We've hired people to work with us to create money. Now, when you launch this business, because remember, the goal here is to become an investor. This is where 1% of the world's at, right? But if you don't have the capital that you desire, if you don't have that extra $7,200 a year, how can you make that? Platinum 600. You know, you start as a P150, you help 3 more people become P150. Now you're Platinum 600. Now you're making $600 a month, $150 a week. That's the same exact thing as having $60,000 in a savings account at a 5% per month yield, which is impossible. You're never going to find that. That's how you would make $600 a month. If you don't have 60K right now, right? Look at what the company is doing. They're willing to pay people to introduce people to the business so you can now use that money to invest. So when you invest that money, you can grow it. When you grow that money, you can invest in the businesses. I've opened up a real estate investment firm. I've opened up a social media company and sold it. I've opened up an e-commerce business. I've opened up multiple other things, right? Because I was able to take residual income, money that was always coming in no matter what was happening in my life, invest into the markets, increase the level of capital that I was able to utilize, and put that out there into the world to work for me. See how powerful that is? You see how powerful that is? You really see what we're doing here? That's I Am Mastery Academy. That's QC. That is what you are a part of right now. And I think that's one of the most powerful things in the world. I'm gonna minus the manager here so I can see myself. Awesome. Can actually see myself on the screen now. I hope everyone was able to see me on the recording. But beyond the point, right? That's what we're doing here. Now, I would love to spend another 5-10 minutes or so teaching you how to actually invite someone to this call or invite someone to the opportunity. But honestly, you already know how to. You really already know how to, right? When you buy the new 2K or the new FIFA, or you find a new restaurant, or you want to go watch a movie, right? You believe that it's the best game in the world. You believe that it's the best restaurant in the world. You believe that it's going to be the best movie in theaters. You believe in it, so you're confident about talking to people with it. When you're confident about talking to people with it, you have influence over the direction or over their decisions, right? Guys, introducing someone to this is just believing in what we're doing. Believing in the vision, believing in the mission, right? Believing that QC is not only going to impact thousands of people, right? But the company is going to impact millions, right? Think about how powerful that is. When I began to learn, when I began to understand, because honestly, I can go to Bali, I can just trade, I can be chilling, my family will be taken care of. But what good, what kind of legacy would that leave for my name? It would leave nothing. When I understood that I could put food on my family's table, I began to understand that I want to help 1,000 other people do the same exact thing. And that mission, that vision, that desire to serve that many people is why I went all in, right? It's why I talk to so many people. It's why, I'm talking to my friend. I asked him, hey, have you ever heard of currency trading? Have you ever looked at the markets? Have you ever thought about making money from home? Have you ever heard of being able to, take trades on your phone and profit from it? Right? I always talk to people about this because I want to see people win. I want to see people learn the skill set, because once you have the skill set, you're free. You're free. It doesn't matter if you're at work, you're sitting at home, you're sitting on the toilet. It literally doesn't matter. You can make money anywhere that you desire. And that's why this company is so powerful. We're not here selling lotions. We're not here selling potions. We're not here selling insurance plan. We are here teaching people a skill set that they can keep for the rest of their life, no matter what happens in the world. Whether there's a pandemic, whether there's a recession, whether there's fill in the blank, it is a skill set that can be never taken away. And so I hope you going through this video not only excites you, not only has it prepared you, but really it's allowed you to see that you are in complete control of where you go with this. Whether you just want to be a trader, please don't ever believe that you have to build this business, right? Build that trading account first, right? Whether you saw this and you said, wow, I understand now why so many people talk about this, why so many people want to help this, great, right? Ask for help, right? However you felt while you were taking notes during this, whether there was something you confused about, go back to the person that got you started, whether it was myself, it was Mike, or it was another leader in the organization, and walk through this document with them. Ask the questions that you need. Set up the 30-day game plan, a 60-day game plan, a 90-day game plan. Create a communication channel. Create how to keep each other accountable, right? My accountability is I just like being like, yo, bro, you're not working. What are you doing, right? Maybe your accountability level is different. Mine's a little bit more aggressive, right? So get connected to the person that got you started. Get connected in the chats. Guys, let me give you some advice before we hop off. Really, really important advice before we hop off. Number one, take your time. This is your skill set. It's your journey. The markets aren't going anywhere. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing. You're going to be in the chats. You're going to see people having 3-figure, 4-figure, 5-figure. I mean, you can even see 6-figure days. You're going to see it. But don't compare your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 45, right? Do not compare those two things. Number 2, take notes. Take notes on everything. Right? You cannot go from not even knowing there was a $6.6 trillion a day market to wanting to speed through everything and expecting to become a master, expecting to become a millionaire, expecting to flip your account. Take notes, right? Number 3, never be afraid to ask a question. I signed up for this, right? The person that invited you to this, that got you started, they signed up to help you, right? Never be afraid to ask a question. Fellas, drop the ego. That's the number 3.5. Fellas, drop the ego. Search for help, because it may take you 5 days to go figure out that answer when you do it by yourself. I can help you do it in the next 5 seconds, right? Or the next 5 minutes, right? Drop the ego and ask questions. Number 4 is you're a part of a family, right? You're doing this for yourself. You're doing it for your, blood family, right? But you're doing it like the famous quote, you're doing it for yourself, but you're not by yourself. You are really not by yourself. Just because you're new doesn't mean that you can't talk in the chats. Doesn't mean that you can't drop your charts and ask for, positive criticism. It doesn't mean any of that, right? The moment you joined QC, you became a part of the family as if you've been with us for the past 3 years, past 4 years, however long I've been doing this now, I forget, right? You're a part of the family. And so once again, welcome. I'm grateful for you. I'm excited for you. If you need anything, please just message me, tsloma11 in the chat. A lot of you'll be plugged in with me, so you'll have my cell phone numbers. I'm not going to drop that because I'm putting this on YouTube, right? But reach out to me on Instagram. I'm here to serve. I'm here to help you. And I hope you guys have a phenomenal rest of your day, evening, weekend, wherever it is that you're having right now. Love you guys. Let's go. I'll see you guys on the inside.